Homemaking is a skill like any other, and I think this is something that I finally have come to accept in my homemaking, that there are things that I want to do that I don't know how to do, and I just have to be okay with the process of learning. So this year we are starting a garden. We tried one last year in a raised garden bed, but I was pregnant and sick. Needless to say, it did not work out. So we're starting one this year, but my husband is busy with school and work, and so it's kind of just my project. And I'm really excited about it. But I have a friend who was telling me that there's all sorts of different methods, and we went to get some garden stakes, like fence stakes, and the guy that was helping us was, telling us how he does things. And immediately I felt overwhelmed, and I was like, you know what? I just refuse to stress about this. I'm just going to start. So not that I'm not open to, people giving me tips and stuff, but I just want to learn. I just want to learn by doing it. And so we are doing that this year. We finally got it in. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just want to learn from start to finish. I just want to start, and hopefully over the years it will grow into something bigger. It's definitely a new thing, and I'm just having to embrace not knowing what I'm doing. So meanwhile, after taking a break from getting the garden going, I wanted to make some oatmeal muffins. I love these for nursing. I had them when I was freshly postpartum, and I was making them regularly, and then I kind of forgot about them. So I wanted to make them again. I used a recipe, but I had a couple swaps, and this batch honestly didn't actually turn out that great. I'm still going to eat them, but they didn't turn out that great. But I will link the recipe down below if you want to follow it exactly. The only thing I do regularly swap is the canola oil. I always use coconut oil instead. But this time I swapped a few other things that I probably won't swap again because I did not really like how they turned out. I think you probably fall on one of two sides, which is most things. But either you are the homemaker that maybe struggles to get things done. Maybe you struggle with laziness, or I don't know, it's not always laziness, but it can be. We can call a spade a spade. Or you can be on the opposite end where you take on too much. I tend to take on too much, which I actually think eventually leads to laziness because you're just not doing anything very well. That's been a struggle coming home, is wanting to learn all the things and realizing that I am bad at most of them. It's definitely getting better now. Like I said, I have just kind of embraced that there are just things in homemaking that are skills, and you have to learn them slowly and one at a time. And you're also having children in the process, and it's just, it's slow. It's very slow. But it's so funny to look back, even on some of my older videos, because as I was preparing dinner tonight, the night that I'm doing this voiceover, which has nothing to do with this video, I was like, oh, I need something quick. Like, I need something easy that I know how to do. And I decided to make a meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy, which, to be quite fair, is kind of a feast, but it's so easy to make it. Like, I can just whip up the meatloaf, it just bakes, it's really hands off once I get everything prepped. And it's just funny to me that looking back, that would have been so hard. You can probably hear my baby chatting in the background. I'm trying to focus on what I'm saying, but it's adorable, and it's making me lose my focus. Have about a minute before the oven goes off, and I have to get this pizza finished. But I wanted to share these. I saw these on Liz Marie Galvin's page. She went to Walmart, and I had a gift card. So they have some really cute flower pots. Just got a couple of them. I wanted all of them, naturally, but I only got a couple. Haven't decided. I might put these on the bookshelf that I'm working on. I think that'd be really pretty inside because I love the colors. They'd be pretty outside too, but I kind of want to enjoy them more regularly than outside. So they're so cute, but I thought I would share that. all of that to say, if you are just feeling discouraged in homemaking, feeling like there's so much you want to learn, you don't know where to start, that maybe you're not even starting at all, or you're just kind of running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to do all the things and then not doing anything well, I just want to encourage you to pull back. Take a step back, focus on one thing at a time. Personally, I think that food is a great place to start. This is actually, I probably should have started here. I was doing too many things at once a couple years ago, but food is a great place to start because I know the weight of what it feels like when the budget is partially depending on you to know what to do in the kitchen, if that makes sense. And then feeling the weight of that when you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing. So I would start with food and I would just pare it back so much, make it so simple. You just need, a meat for your protein, veggies, fruit, a bread product. You can venture into dessert if you want to. It's not a necessity, it's maybe a special treat, but I would just pare everything way back and learn a few really basic meals that you wouldn't necessarily need a recipe for. So you can use the recipe at first, but then eventually you don't. So for me, meatloaf is one of those recipes. I loosely followed Jill Winger's cheesy meatloaf recipe from her cookbook, but I have not looked at the recipe seriously in like 2 years. I just have it mostly committed to memory, or the way that we like to eat it, I have it committed to memory. And it's just something that when I don't know what to make and I have a pound of ground beef in the fridge, I have eggs, I have, all the seasonings, salt, pepper, whatever, I can just put that together and it's delicious and it's nourishing and it's easy. So I would definitely start with food and just learn a few basic meals so that you can have a menu to get you through a week or two. You can always, as you learn the recipes, you can switch things up a little bit, different flavors, that kind of thing. But I would definitely start there because that is probably the one area that everybody's always like, oh, the food budget. And it's stressful. I completely understand that it's stressful. So I would definitely start there. But I should also tell you about what I am making here because these muffins did turn out absolutely delicious. I got this recipe from a friend of mine. She made Spelt banana chocolate chip muffins and brought them to a play group, and they were so good. And I had actually just ordered Spelt grains from Azure Standard. So I have freshly milled Spelt flour, which is amazing. It's an ancient grain. And I wanted to try the recipe. So I will have the recipe down below for you. And it's so good. The only thing I didn't have on hand was chocolate chips, but it doesn't even matter. They still turned out delicious. So like I said, I will type that out for you because it's something that she sent to me. So I will just type it out in the description box below. Okay, what do we think about this up here? My mom gave me this along with, I have a circle one too, but I have a lot of places for circle ones. Those are not difficult, but I thought this might be kind of pretty here. I don't have a command hook and I don't want to nail into these, so I need to get a command hook. But I don't know, I feel like it'd be really pretty. And then I want to get some curtains eventually. Everything happens slowly, but I think I'm going to do that. Ended up going to Hobby Lobby after I decided that I wanted to hang that basket. no, that's not why I went to Hobby Lobby. I had a couple things on my Hobby Lobby list anyway, and I needed to get a couple thank you cards, and I like their selections there, and they're actually cheaper. When I was looking at the prices, they were so much cheaper. My husband and I usually get cards at the dollar store because that's like the cheapest, but sometimes, you know, you find yourself in Target or wherever and you're just like, oh, I need a card for XYZ. They're so expensive, but Hobby Lobby, I only paid $2 or $3, so a little bit more than the dollar store, but still less. So I ended up going and I thought, you know what, I'll just get some command hooks. Actually, they're probably more expensive at Hobby Lobby than Target, but I just hate running around to multiple places, so I will just buy the thing if I'm at the store and they have it so that I don't have to go to multiple places. So I got a command hook, hung up the basket. I really like how it looks. And then I also found these flowers. I have been looking every time I go to Hobby Lobby, which is not very often. I always walk through the flowers because I've been looking for something for this basket on my wall. And I finally found these. There was only a few of them left. They were 40% off, and I thought, oh, these would be perfect. The stems were a little bit too long, but I just bent them over so that if I ever wanted to make them longer again for something else, I could. I didn't just want to cut them off. And I love how it turned out. I feel like this corner is really coming together. This is where I want to put that bookshelf too. So eventually it will be complete, but it looks so pretty. I wish you could see it in person because I love how it turned out. But that is the end of this video. I hope that you found some encouragement, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.